Hey, welcome into WBRE WYOU 2822 Sports Night. And I know it's not nighttime. It's beautiful. It's sunny out. Obviously, it's not 8 o'clock. We have a special presentation for you coming tonight, though, at 8 o'clock here on the 2822 Now app. I got it right that time.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
No CTV in the middle. Got it.
Oh, no, you're the one who said it, though, now. So, but yes, you are joining us here, whether it be on Amazon, Apple, or Roku, here for our live coverage. Well, at the time, live, and right now, a little bit simulcast, but our coverage as the Little League World Series here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania gets going. We're about 24 hours away from first pitch. But before first pitch, Williamsport welcomes the world. It's going to be a big celebration today as the picnic going to get started in just a little bit as the 20 teams will arrive here. We are on the Pennsylvania College of Technology campus here, getting ready to go as the teams should be arriving shortly. We got a couple of special guests for you as well today, and hopefully we'll catch up with the Mid-Atlantic champs, your Pennsylvania state champs as well, Eastside Little League and the Hennessy's and that team. So I know this is your first trip out here. This is my first trip out here. You excited?
Very excited. I was just talking to one of our guests earlier, and he said this has been going on here, the Little League World Series, since 1960. They've been hosting the lunch for a while here as the teams are going to filter in and, be starting at 2:30 here, and we'll be treated to a nice lunch of corn dogs, French fries, fruit, chips, your classic elementary school lunch.
Don't forget the best part, though, the churro. You can't forget the churro.
Yes, the churro's on the menu as well. So, yes, very excited to see that. The parade obviously happened starting at 5:30.
Yeah.
So that was a delight to see as well. But it's just going to be a
Look
fun-filled
at you talking in the past, present tense.
It's just,
Ricky, our little journalist here.
Yes, it's going to be a fun-filled atmosphere, and I'm excited to see what the next couple of weeks bring here in Williamsport.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think this is something that we've had scheduled on our calendar, circled on our calendars for a long, long time, and you never know exactly how big the fanfare will be, how big our coverage will actually be. But I think in the last couple of days we looked at what we're going to be doing here, and we're going to be doing it big, that's for sure, whether it be this whole week. Friday night, you got Eastside playing in their first game, 7 p.m., Lambety Field. And then as well, of course, Sunday, we got the Brewers and the Braves, two teams I'm so looking forward to seeing. But no, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to be a part of the Major League Little League Classic as well. That's something that I've watched every year from home and excited to be a part of in person. Yeah,
that's something that is just – I think it's going to be held at the historic Bauman Field where the Williamsport Crosscutters play, so you'll be able to see, that action.
100 years of yes. Bauman Field as well. They're celebrating quite the anniversary this year. So, yeah, it's a historic little area, and I know we were talking as we came out of how Williamsport ended up getting to be the host. So hopefully as we talk with Jason Marks, the head of the Chamber of Commerce later on, and as well Tom Spencer, who's here setting up. Maybe they'll have some answers for us as well.
Yeah, and there's just, as you mentioned, the whole Little League world sort of, and the eyes really of baseball fans around the world sort of descend upon Williamsport for these couple of weeks.
Yeah, the mothership's here.
Yes, these fans of baseball sort of flock to here. The eyes are all on these little kids. There's always great stories coming out of this, whether it's family connections, whether it's just an underdog team making it through. It's just, it really is just a spectacle here, and just the small part of Central PA, which is Williamsport.
Yeah, and stars have been born here. Philly's own Monet Davis got her start here and, became a household name after her performance here in the Little League World Series. So certainly, and of course, my man who hits dingers, he's still doing his thing. Yeah, so certainly we are looking forward to 12 days of competition. We're looking forward to, again, the Eastside Little League, they get a bye in the first round. They're one of the teams that has a real shot of capturing the U.S. title.
Yeah, a lot of talent, and they've really ran through the Mid-Atlantic bracket, I don't think losing a game.
No, they outscored their opponents 21-2 in the Mid-Atlantic in the 3 games they played.
Yes, which is, again, even more amazing to see because we saw a team from Blue Mountain just a couple days ago not only beat them but take them into a 3-game series where that game was down to the wire. You were at that game.
That last game was that 12-8 game with 2 grand slams. That was an epic game.
It was, and which, makes what Blue Mountain did, obviously our local team even more special. But, yes, East Side, a lot of power, lot of big kids that could drive the ball over the fence. They're pitching. They're really just a well-rounded squad.
Yeah, Cole Warner went 5 innings in the championship game for Mid-Atlantic, and then coach's kid Brian Hennessy with the big hit. As Bob Hennessy is the head of that program, but coach's kid with the big hit in the first inning, driving in 2, as they got the 3-1 win over Delaware in the championship game, a team that they had previously beaten, like I said, 8-2, I believe. So, but there's a lot of good teams here, representing the world. You got, a solid team from out west. You got, obviously, the Texas teams are always good, the down south. So, and 20 teams from across the world as well, joining the 20 from the United States.
Yeah, and that's really what makes this interesting, sort of learning some of those international teams. Chinese Taipei always draws, a pretty good crowd. They're always one of the top teams in the tournament, always making it pretty far. There's some teams, I think, from, I forget, South America.
We start, first pitch tomorrow is between Latin America and the Caribbean. That will be the 1 o'clock first pitch game, as well. Pan Asia and Canada are the 2 games tomorrow on the international side. The U.S., we got New England and the Metro champions, and the winner of that will be the team that goes ahead and faces East Side on Friday. We also have Southeast and Northwest, I believe, is the first game of the weekday.
And that's, again, a lot of great talent. I'm looking forward to, seeing those games, seeing that stadium packed, and obviously these families that have, watched their kids grow up here, and this is a memory that they'll carry on as well. But it's really going to be a spectacle, especially for these kids coming from overseas, from, all these different nations. They're descending upon small town America here in Williamsport, one of the gems of Central PA, and they get to play baseball at probably their highest level as a kid going forward, creating a memory.
I wonder when they go back and people are like, oh, what was America like? And it's like, oh, well, I saw Central PA.
Didn't see
it wasn't Madison
York.
Square Garden. Didn't see the Golden Gate. I got Central PA and beautiful Lamade Field.
God, beautiful Central PA, but again, a historic field, baseball, a lot of
Tradition.
big tradition here. Babe Ruth, I think, was played at that historic Bowman Field. Of course, there's the Little League Museum. There's just so many little gems that it's not only the baseball here. There's, a bar that hosts all the international families that sort of people meet at. There's pin trading.
Yeah, the pin trading, I was just going to say that.
There's so many niche storylines that go along with Williamsport here.
We'll make sure you guys are paying attention to those storylines and tuning in every day, as we'll have one of those from 6, one of those at 11. We're going to make sure that our coverage here over the next 10, 11, 12 days is just from top to bottom. We are going to bring you everything that is Williamsport. Like I said, whether it's first pitch tomorrow, the picnic in a little bit, the parade will be live streaming or have live streamed as we're talking here in past tense. Again, tomorrow, the opening ceremonies. Steve Garvey, we got a conversation with him, which you can catch on our Sports Night. There's just so much going on. And we really, truly haven't even started. I know folks at home are watching this at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, but here in real time, it's quiet behind us right now, but it won't be for very much longer. So we're going to go ahead. We'll take our first break here. When we get back, we're going to be joined by Tom Spencer, who is helping to put all of this together and get everything going. So we're going to get him in here before life gets crazy when 40 teams from across the world show up here in Williamsport. Don't go anywhere. 28-22 Sports Night. Back in just a few moments. Hey, welcome back. WBRE, WYOU 28-22 Sports Night. Out on the road once again. Sports Night, Sports Day, sports everything. We are all over the place at all times. And we are joined here by Tom Spicer, who is graciously giving us a few moments as they are furiously getting ready for 40 teams to show up in just a few moments here. Or 20 teams getting ready to show up.
Don't scare me like that.
Yeah. Double up the amount of food and hot dogs you need all of a sudden. Tom, we've been doing this here, you said, since 1960, correct?
Well, the college has a relationship with Little League that actually goes back to 1959 when our heavy equipment students moved literally tons of dirt to help form what is today Lomity Stadium in South Williamsport. And for years, we've been doing this picnic prior to the parade to get all the teams together for that one time when they're in Williamsport, for that camaraderie, enjoy a great All-American picnic. And it serves as the launch pad for the celebration, which is the Grand Slam Parade in downtown Williamsport.
We were talking on the way up and asking, what exactly, or how did the partnership between this town of Williamsport, the city here, and Little League actually begin?
Well, Little League was founded in Williamsport by Carl Stotts back in, I believe, 1937. And I'm sorry if I'm wrong with that exact date.
I don't think we'll hold you to it, okay?
That's right. So Williamsport has had a proud history. The first several World Series were played in Williamsport. Back then it was now known as the National Tournament over at the original field, which is across the street from Bowman Field today. And it moved over to South Williamsport in 1959. But when you say Williamsport, Pennsylvania, no matter where you go in the world, actually, people know Williamsport is the home of Little League Baseball, the birthplace of Little League Baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember growing up as a kid watching, the other channel, we won't mention their names, but Wide World of Sports, certainly on Saturday mornings, growing up, the Little League, and, always wanting to be a part of that as well.
Yeah, it's just, again, a huge spectacle here, and, obviously the lunch starts at 2:30. What really goes into the prep work of, setting up these chairs, the food as well, and sort of, transporting menu, transporting these kids over to, what is really their only, I think, one true time altogether.
That's a good way to put it. Their one true time altogether in a relaxed setting, and that's really the purpose for this picnic. The planning starts in the springtime. We've been doing this since, I believe, the early 2000s, so we're pretty experienced at it, and it involves multiple departments here at the college coming together. Our culinary staff is wonderful here. They're actually providing all the food for the 20 teams over at the Little League complex. They've been doing that since this is the 6th year, I believe, that they've been doing that. And they prepare over 20,000 meals throughout the Little League World Series. So the picnic is very easy for them to get ready for compared to that.
How do you, with the different cultures, the different countries that are all coming together, how do they balance, hamburgers for the boys from Texas and sushi from those coming out from the Asian Pacific countries?
They actually try their best to accommodate the different tastes. One story that they told me already for this year was, based on last year, they'd like to serve fruit salad with all the meals. And they found out last year that the kids for a lot of the teams were pulling out the grapes because they just wanted the grapes. So instead of fruit salad this year, they're just shipping over literally pounds of grapes every day for part of the meals.
Hey, I mean, I'm a fan of grapes,
yes,
absolutely.
I love grapes.
And I already said when we walked in, I mean, a churro and a corn dog, how can you beat that?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, Williamsport is just such a special place. You mentioned, it started here back in 1959, the partnership between this school, but I guess just how special it is. How special is it to see everyone sort of come together and sort of seeing your hard work in the spring sort of pay off here at a big lunch and, all throughout these next couple of weeks?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's wonderful. It's very visual, that's for sure. It's very colorful, and it's great to see the teams from all over the world interact with one another. In fact, when they start coming over for the picnic here in a little bit, they come 2 teams at a time in the buses, and it's always an American team with an international team. Little League tries to mesh the different cultures together because it is a wonderful education for these kids. A lot of the kids are missing school, especially the schools down south have already started, but this is much more valuable education for them, I think, in these 2 weeks than it would be in a classroom.
I don't think any of the kids are going to be upset either that they're out on the diamond instead of in the classroom these couple of weeks. So, and as we get closer here, I know we got a little action going behind us. There's a little bit more activities and more crowd. Just in general, we've gotten a chance to talk to a lot of different folks throughout the run-up to this of how important and how special Little League is to the state of Pennsylvania in general. And this year we have a real chance that a Pennsylvania team is predicted to perform pretty well at this. For yourself, you've seen lots of Keystone State representatives. To have that hometown touch, how much more special does it make it?
Oh, certainly it does. In fact, I actually take vacation from my job here at Penn College to work the World Series as part of the radio coverage there. I've done that since 1998, so I've seen a lot of World Series. And some Pennsylvania teams do very well here. We had our own kids from Keystone Little League up in Clinton County back, I believe that was 2011, that performed well. We had like 40,000 people in the stands cheering them on. In 2015, Redland from the Harrisburg area made it all the way to the championship game, and I think for their U.S. championship game, they set an all-time attendance record at Little League that stands today. And we're looking forward to this Westchester group to see what they can do. They'll pack it, I know from online searches that they're bringing several buses for their first game, and that will certainly give their kids an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you remember they packed out Jenkins Township
did.
for sure. And you mentioned as well all the great Little League teams from Pennsylvania. There's also, we're at the 10-year anniversary. 10 years ago, Maine Enwell, the team from not too far away, just right over the border in New York, capturing the World Championship. So, yeah, certainly whenever the East Side team arrives, we will know because they will be loud and proud, and they were for 2 weeks in Jenkins, as Bob Bertoni called it, the longest tournament in the history of Little League. But no, we appreciate it, and as I say, things are getting going here. We'll let you get going, and I know things are getting busy. So, Tom, appreciate you joining us here for a few moments on Sports Night, and appreciate you guys staying with us as we'll be back in just a few moments here on the 2822 Now app. Hey, welcome back. 2822 Sports Night out on the road. We are in Williamsport. Are we in Williamsport or South Williamsport?
I think we're in South.
Okay.
Williamsport.
We are on the college campus of the Pennsylvania College of Technology. I promise I'm going to get you all these right. I'm doing better. When we were in Pocono, I said Long Pond, New York to start the show. So we are improving. We're trusting the process.
Yes.
Trusting the process. So, but yeah, we are in Williamsport and will be in Williamsport, South Williamsport, and the area for the next 12 days as the Little League World Series getting started in just a little bit here behind us with the Williamsport Welcomes the World picnic, and then we have the parade later on this evening. About 15 minutes or so, we should have teams arriving as well. We should interview another one with Jason Fink just before we end the show here today. He is the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Williamsport. Like $40 million we reported last night that comes to these towns every day.
And that
or every year.
Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me, given the amount of people coming from all over the world. Whether it's spending money at the local mom and pop restaurants, whether that's visiting the Little League World Series Museum, whether that's just buying merchandise to remember coming here. I'm sure for most families, not even some of the teams and families that are here, this is a yearly tradition for Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York. They probably, come here just as a family, just because it's tradition. They love the sport of baseball.
Toms Rivers, New Jersey. No, I'm just kidding.
Toms River, New Jersey. Maybe not this year, but in years past has always been a big representative there of that New Jersey area. But yeah, a lot of talent there, but just a lot of people coming out here and seeing what is around Williamsport. I know it's a desolate city along a lot of woods and along the Susquehanna River, but it really is, a great area, and I think a great place to hold this type of event.
Well, I'm glad that you said great area at the end, because I'm sure the folks would have been desolate. What are you talking about? No. It's a secluded city. But it's beautiful here, and it's a beautiful day, and I know Josh said it's going to be a beautiful day for the parade as well.
Really nice out now. So.
Yeah, a little breeze is keeping it nice and cool. So, but hey, I know because we got a chance to get out there. Baseball not the only game in town here in Williamsport, huh?
No, we're going to have a couple stories. Number one, the Williamsport Millionaires, obviously coming off of a 6A district title loss. The Millionaires have been treading around 500 as of late, but the team this year with first-year head coach Kevin Brown, they are really high on what they can do. Kevin's 3 kids go to school here. He was a graduate here. He was an assistant coach for around a decade, and ever since he's come in, he's really talking to some of the players. I think one of the lines was, you can't You can't complain about the rain, or something about can't complain about the rain if you get the mud. So, and the mud obviously being the hard times, but this is a team that's really high on what they want to do this year, and the expectations. They think they can win really the 6A title.
Yeah, coming off a 5-5 year last year, lost to Wilkes-Barre area in the championship. Kevin Brown, 10-year assistant with the team, and then Lycoming Warriors for the last 3 seasons as well. So he brings in some pedigree, certainly coming from the college ranks, from the D3 ranks, and that also brings in a lot of opportunity for the Millionaire kids, the team, to make it to that next level, which is always a big thing when you're trying to motivate a youth program, motivate a new program that, hey, you believe me, you trust me, you followed the process, you could be playing ball on Saturday next season.
Yes, I mean, they've really, really bought into what they can do. They've said talking to some players, they've seen real improvement in the weight room, the dedication of the program as a whole, the chemistry, playing for each other. And a big part of it is they also return a lot of talent. They return a QB that led them in rushing yards last year, a real playmaker on the field. I saw one of his runs against Berwick. This guy can move. He's great in space. They also return their leading wide receiver as well. They can create some big plays down the field. But this is a really talented senior class, and they've returned 3 or 4 starters along the offensive line. But really now it's just been about learning the new scheme. They've got the buy-in. They're ready to, really take the field. But it's sort of about getting their defense set, getting the scheme with the new coaching staff set. But a lot of high hopes so far for the Williamsport Millionaires.
And they got a tough matchup in week 1 as well. So it will be a true test, a true contest to see kind of where they match up against the rest of the division and the rest of the district as they get ready to, improve on last season and hopefully take that next step to a district title.
Yeah, their first test, week 1, against the newest 6A team, the Wyoming Valley West. That should be a good test for them to really see where they stand in that 6A. Obviously, again, it is a conference/divisional matchup. You sort of want to win those early in the season. They've got some tough games down the stretch going up against teams like Shamokin, who's, had their number in the past. It'll be interesting to see. I believe they play Berwick. Berwick's a team that has a lot of heavy turnover, but Williamsport, from what I can tell you, talking to them at Media Day, Joe was at their practice. This team is not – the one thing they're not short of is confidence.
No, absolutely, and that comes from top down. That's something that the culture that Kevin Brown is trying to instill and build in the program. And, yeah, truly, when you can come back with years of success like he has, both at the high school level with Williamsport prior and now as well 3 seasons at Lycoming, who have done really well in the PSAC, not being able to get over the hump that is Susquehanna. But every year, you look at the top of the PSAC standings and it's Susquehanna, Lycoming, Wilkes. Those 3 teams tend to have a strong grasp on that conference.
Yeah, they do. They're 3, again, the most successful. I think that was with, their running back who said, I think he was asked about the expectations about, he said, don't tell, hopefully coach doesn't get mad, but yeah, he wants his ring size.
Is about 6, I think it was.
Yes, he wants his ring size, but yeah, Susquehanna, obviously, Susquehanna, Lycoming, Wilkes, obviously always among the leaders in that landmark. The landmark.
Oh, sorry, not the PSAC.
The PSAC's the Division II state schools, but yes, landmark conference. But yes, a lot of, again, anytime you get a coach to come back from college to high school, and this is obviously a place that meant a lot to him. Most notably, I think his 2015 team when he was one of the assistant coaches here at Williamsport. I think they ranked 9th nationally in yards per game with over 500. So hopefully we're going to see that type of offensive production with this team as well.
And that's the type of offensive production you saw at over the last 3 seasons, especially with the back that they've had, who is the landmark all-time leading rusher. I mean, when you have the success both at the PIAA level and then again at the NCAA level, it's Kubiak-like. It's a system that allows you to succeed sometimes despite the talent, but they certainly are bringing back the talent, bringing back their starting quarterback, bringing back their leading rusher, bringing back 3 guys on the offensive line. So when you can kind of have that consistency as well in bringing in a new culture, certainly it lays the foundation for success for years to come at Williamsport.
Yeah, and they also, I think, returned 2 out of their 3 leading tacklers on defense, so some underclassmen there filling those roles as well. But, yeah, Williamsport surely a team to look out for in the 6A field. And as you mentioned, college rich town, Montoursville, not far from here. I think that's where the Lycoming Warriors play as well. But Kevin Brown, a place that really means a lot to him with the Williamsport Millionaires, returning here, and he just said once I saw the job opening, I figured I should apply because it just felt right for him at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you mentioned Montoursville. We'll be catching up with them later on before kickoff. But just right across the river as well, you have South Williamsport, who we got a chance to catch up with, and we'll be highlighting tomorrow.
Yes, the South Williamsport Mounties coming off of a first-round loss to Warrior Run, a team a couple years ago, I believe part of that 2023 squad that was in the the regional district state playoff game, won the District 4 2A conference, and lost, unfortunately, in that East Regional final. But, yeah, they're a team that returns a lot as well, a really talented junior class that is really propelling this group going forward. They return their QB, who set a school record for yards and I believe completions as well. They return a wide receiver that, get this, did not start playing wide receiver until this year. He last played in middle school and set the team's all-time receiving records in a game earlier this year with almost 175 yards, 3 touchdowns against Northwest area, and also set the receptions record in a season. So
didn't the NFL just draft some guy like that who had never played football but somehow was a second-round draft pick or something like that?
I think it's Uar Bernard there with the Philadelphia Eagles you're referring to. I think it was out of the NFL Africa developmental program. But, yeah, the Mounties, it's all about tradition with them. Talking about their head coach, he said the ultimate goal on the wall, is he's been there for around 15 years, is to get on the high school wall. They put on the all-state players. He said he's had about 20 in his time here at South Williamsport, and he said that's the ultimate goal. As the students are walking through that hall, those football players, they want their picture to be on that wall and, their legacy cemented.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a heck of a matchup this year, as South Williamsport and Williamsport will meet up later on this season, and that always brings a lot of eyes. Game. Yeah, absolutely.
Proximity.
Anytime. Yeah, proximity. I remember when I was playing, the big thing was, what's the name of the town? We got the name of the town on our chest, not theirs. So, listen, we are 12 days away from high school football. We're about 12 hours away from the Little League World Series. Penn State starts up in a couple of weeks. We got preseason football this week. We had the Field of Dreams game a couple of days ago. We got the Little League Classic game coming up. I mean, it's just, we're in full swing. We hit the ground running, and there's no stopping until December.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Tom earlier. I'm like, we went from, June, July, sort of the dog days, and obviously, thank God for, Blue
summer
Mountain
of soccer.
Summer of soccer. We had Blue Mountain and Back Mountain sort of carry that latter half of July with their performance in the Pennsylvania State Championships in Jenkins Township. And then, obviously, football practices really starting up. I think August 10th was the date. So, a lot going on here in a short period of time as we're in the busy part of that September, August. College football starting up around here as well. You'll have some Week 0 games coming up, and soon we'll be talking about some action. Just think about that.
Tuesday night action.
Yes.
So, and actually coming up as we speak about it, I turn to my shoulder, the first 2 teams arriving here for the Little League Parade. So we're going to take a quick break, get all set to get some of them as well to join us today, hopefully. And we will be right back here as we are on the road in Williamsport for the Little League World Series on 28-22 Sports Night. Hey, thanks for staying with us. 28-22 Sports Night. We are out on the road. Well, yeah, we are out on the road, but I lost my partner in crime as the teams are arriving here behind us for the Welcome the World to Williamsport Picnic and Parade to kick off this year's Little League World Series. I'm going to step out just for a couple of seconds. As you can see, the first couple of teams are arriving. We can hear the Vuvuzelas playing as well. We have the international teams arriving. And the way that they do this, every year, as we were talking to Tom Spicer earlier, we have one international team, one U.S. team arriving here at the same time. Makes for a little bit of camaraderie before the two teams go ahead and hit the field, as the 20 teams will hit the field over the next 12 days. Again, there's the international bracket, the U.S. bracket. So this is the one time that all of the teams here get to interact, get to learn each other's cultures. Although, I mean, I'm sure the dorms are quite the enjoyable time as well for all of these kids as they get a chance to enjoy the next couple of weeks here in Williamsport, the competition, the tradition, the long-standing history that is Little League World Series here in Williamsport, New York. We're on the Pennsylvania College of Technology campus for today's event, and later on we'll head over down Main Street and be on Main Street all afternoon for the parade. And I can just say, for myself, who has watched this for many, many years on television, have gotten the chance to watch on Saturday mornings, and then over the last few years as streaming has taken over, to see it here in person, to see the smiles that are on the faces of the kids, the smiles that are on the faces of the volunteers, the smiles that are on the faces of the family. It really is truly a special event. It really truly is a special venue here in Williamsport that for the first time that I'll be able to kind of take in, and I'm excited. Especially, I'm looking forward to getting on a piece of cardboard and sliding down the field and making that onto social media. Hopefully we'll go viral with that. So I'll step out just for a second here as we got more teams arriving. I think you can see Ricky somewhere in the background with the camera as folks are sitting down, spraying some water, we got spike ball set up. We got some cornhole tournaments set up. So it's just going to be a fun afternoon as the teams are arriving and getting a chance to relax, getting a chance to take it all in before they have to hit the field for real tomorrow, and the pressure starts up and gets ratcheted up as one of these teams here will be the next world champion. And again, one of these teams, the international champ, one of these teams, the U.S. champ. So it's going to be an exciting 12 days here in Williamsport as the world watches from central Pennsylvania, the greatest 12-year-olds on the planet play the game of baseball. So a little short segment here for you as we'll have Ricky join us here and wrap up the show, wrap up 28-22 Sports Night. And then, like I said, hopefully we can bring on over the East Side team as well and get a few of them to join us for our final segment here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments. 28-22 Sports Night here on the 28-22 Now app. Make sure you download it. Amazon, Apple, Roku. Watch us live on Facebook, YouTube. Follow us on Instagram as well. Zach Grady, MMJ, Ricky Turner. We'll be back in just a few moments, so don't you go anywhere either. Hey, welcome back as we wrap up 28-22 Sports Night. We got some action behind us already. The Midwest team playing a little spike ball. We got the Mountain Squad over here playing a little spike ball. We got teams trickling in, getting some churros and corn dogs. It's baseball, baby.
Yes, teams started arriving just about, 15, 20 minutes ago, but it's just been, teams filing in, sort of getting at their respective table, getting something to eat, most important part there.
Yeah, of course.
But also getting in some exercise out here as well, playing some pickleball.
We got some Jenga going on, got cornhole going over in the corner. Yeah, I think the teams that got here first got their food in. It was like it took over on the activities. But yeah, we got the mascot, the Pennsylvania College of Technology mascot. Wow. I guess that's not the same mascot as Penn State, huh?
No, I think they're the Wildcats, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But yes, they're
but
not.
Keep
they're
it
not
cats.
In
Keep it cats.
Yes. Yes.
So no, lots of fun going on here as Little League World Series gets going for 12 days of action from Williamsport. Like I said, in just a little bit, we're going to reset and get set up on Main Street for today's welcome parade. These kids all having a great time before things get real tomorrow, at least for 8 of these teams, as they'll take the field tomorrow. We got Canada, Asia Pacific. We got Latin America versus the Caribbean on the international side. And then, again, we got Metro versus New England on the U.S. That team will face Mid-Atlantic on Friday, 7 p.m., Mid-Atlantic champs, East Side. They're here. Got a chance to catch up with Bob Hennessy. Got a chance to catch up with our athlete of the week, who we'll meet on Thursday, Cole Warner, as well. Yes,
I was going to say, Cole Warner, I think he had a big game in their 3-1 victory at a home
five innings. And scored a run, as well as Brian Hennessy, the coach's son, Bob Hennessy, drove him in the first inning. But, yeah, Cole Warner, our athlete of the week, we'll meet him later on, get a chance to sit down with them. We'll be at practice on Wednesday from 2 to 3 as well. So it's going to be a busy week. I know you're going to be in Shamokin tomorrow.
Yes, the Shamokin Indians out there, coming off a really good season, winning a district title, have their Division I prospect QB safety hybrid, Logan Steele at the helm there. We're going to replace a few pieces in the backfield, but when you have your QB returning, when you have Mark Piercing at the helm, your squad's probably in for a good season. A tough District 4 3A sector, I believe.
And I'm sure we'll probably see Shamokin on our top 10 as well come Friday.
Absolutely, 105. You could stamp that. That's a guarantee right there.
All right, so tune in Friday and Saturday. We'll have our WBRE, WYOU top 10, and maybe we'll have some outside looking in, a few honorable mentions as well. Try to hit up as many schools as we can, because we've been all over the place so far. I mean, Joe's hit, 16, 17 schools?
Joe's captured a majority of District 4 outside of, I think,
Shamokin, where you'll be tomorrow.
Mount Carmel, who's another District 4 powerhouse that's looking to bounce back a little bit after a tough injury-riddled season.
Yeah, and so we'll see how many District 4, District 2, District 11 teams make our top 10 as we get that. I don't think there'll be very much surprise who's sitting at the top, though.
Yes, they always, again,
15 state
titles. You have to dethrone the king.
Yeah. If you, as Ric Flair once said, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yes.
And for the last, 7 out of 8 years, no one has been able to beat the best.
Nope, outside of Troy, who won the district title 2 years ago, and they were among the best teams in the area.
So, yeah, we're in it. We're in it. So I know we're going to get a chance to get over here and meet with some of these teams as well.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's quite, like I said, it's just fun. This is what baseball is supposed to be. This is what youth sports are supposed to be. I know we had a couple of controversies leading up to this, but now that we're here in Williamsport, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. And, seeing a lot of the international teams coming in. Asia Pacific, I think, was the first one that I saw. The South Korean flags.
Yep.
International teams seemed a lot more hyped to see the cameras. Maybe because they're not used to it, but waving the flags, even the coaches getting into it. A lot of energy here.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was pulling teeth a little bit when I was talking to the Mid-Atlantic players on Instagram to get them to be excited. But I think, you know what, maybe it's just business.
Business as usual.
Yeah, business as usual. This is a business trip for the boys from East Side. And, not a far trip from just outside of Philadelphia, as they are the PA state champs, the Mid-Atlantic representative, and our hometown team here for WBRE now.
Yes, they are. They're a hometown team representing not only the Mid-Atlantic, but Pennsylvania here in general. They got a big ovation as they got off the bus, as did a lot of teams, but I think most noticeably that East Side team. Mentioned the hometown feel, sort of has the home field advantage, almost, you would say, coming here in Williamsport. But, yeah, it's going to be a great week. As you can see, atmosphere is already going, as this is really the only one true time that all the teams outside of a competitive fashion will be, as you can see, they're pretty competitive right here in Spike Fall. But, outside of baseball, this is where all the teams really gather for that one true time here.
Yeah, we got over on the far side as well. We got the trying to see who we got. We got the Northwest team taking on, looks like the Mountain team. Nope. We have the Northwest team taking on the Latin America team in a vicious game of cornhole. So kind of getting that competition already started up, yeah. And you know what's amazing, though, is like the language here. There's 20 different countries. 11 different countries. 20 different teams, different cultures, different areas from the United States, but they all speak one language, and that's baseball.
Yes, they do. They all speak that one language and baseball, but that's what brings all of these teams together here. All 20 of them into Williamsport, but. It's going to be a great afternoon. It's going to be a great couple weeks here. All these kids, this is going to be a lifetime. And just, again.
Man, I wish I had one of these jerseys. The jerseys
I told you,
some
of the jerseys are really, really sick.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get in touch with Adidas here and see if I can get an order for WBRE. Get a Mid-Atlantic jersey. Get myself a Brian Hennessy or Cole Warner jersey. No,
yeah.
We're objective. No. So, yeah, make sure you guys are tuning in all week. We're going to have so much more. Make sure you're tuning in as well for the parade, first pitch, as well. We'll be out here on Sunday for the MLB Little League Classic game. So, just so much. And then next week, we got high school football on Friday night.
That's right. Next week, high school football starting that Friday night. Week 0 of college. We have a college football game next Thursday night as well.
Mayor's Cup is right around the corner,
Mayor's
too.
Cup is, I believe, the week
after the September 3rd.
So it's just everything's hitting at once. Unfortunately, again, I think the Little League World Series will be over, but we'll be packed with football. So.
Yeah, there's no unfortunate. It's just one thing to the next, to the next, and the next, and before you know it, we'll be raising banners once again at the. Don't be sorry. Come on in, say hello. Absolutely. Who we got?
Maddox Bryan.
We got Maddox Bryan from the Mountain Squad. You excited to be here?
It's awesome. Once in a lifetime experience.
Once in a lifetime experience. What you most looking forward to seeing?
It's really bonding with other teams from around here.
You gonna slide down the hill?
We can't until we lose, but I'm hoping we don't. So
okay, so next Sunday then. Yeah,
next
exactly.
Sunday.
All right. Thank you. Enjoy, buddy.
Thank you.
Absolutely best of luck. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. We're going to have so much fun this week. We're doing so much. Little League's World Series. I'm going to be sliding down the hill. So,
yes, you will.
Yeah. And as you see, this is why I didn't make the Little League World Series there. Absolute no athleticism on the left hand. Yeah, glad that just went out to all of NEPA as I made myself look silly. So we'll leave on that note. I'm gonna end it on that note. I'm gonna just leave.
Oh
no, we're gonna leave on this note.
Okay,
we're gonna leave on this note. Say hello to the folks. Thank you for joining us. WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night. Ben here all day from the Pennsylvania College of Technology, and we'll see you all week from Williamsport in the Little League World Series.